sitting here traveling around with the Bilderbergs for the last couple of years, a long time, yeah.
Last 30 years. Yeah.
And I had sit here and have seen a lot of your documentaries that you have been on, and I think I had kind of been able to see your frustrations through the way that you portray yourself on these documentaries or lectures that I have seen about the Bilderberg meeting. One of the questions that I would have for you would be, do you see anything from when you had first started researching the Bilderbergs? Do you see a big difference in the awareness compared to 2010? Now that we're here in Spain, do you see a big awareness of people coming out or showing?
Actually, I've seen that for about since about 1989 in Europe,
Okay.
in Helsinki. That year, it was a spotlight. We had learned about November when Bilderberg would meet Queen Queer. It's our newspaper. And so our readers in Europe, we were not ankle deep in readers in Europe. The postage costs and so forth is so high. So one reader tends to share it with maybe 20 other readers.
Okay.
But then they wrote back to us, just normal mail. Should we alert the local media? Well, yes. Why not think about that years ago?
Yeah.
But then we said yes. So much fun to see these Turkish getting off airplanes at the airport in Helsinki, rushing to their limousines to go to the resort about 20 or 30 miles out of town. And be bombarded with flashing cameras, TV cameras pointed out to them, reporters from newspapers yelling questions.
Yeah.
Just stunned that. So since then, we've always go to the map and find out where Bilderberg is, circle it, and in a lot of cases email in today's world. If they don't have email, send them a special delivery letter saying, Bilderberg will be meeting here on these dates. You can alert your local media and help us any way you can.
Yeah.
And so we've had a great deal of publicity more in Europe than in the United States.
Yeah, that was my second. I wanted you to get into that a little better. I myself, I'm American. I'm from the States, and I've lived here in Europe for the last couple of years, and I'm seeing that the people here are a little bit more open to the fact of these Bilderberg people, and they, like for example, in London, there's a huge awakening of people in London. About anything that goes to London, they're protesting. Do you think that the Bilderbergs are not going back to London because of the huge awakening of people there, or?
Well, they have to make their arrangements a year or so in advance because there's no way you still lost the dulce or whatever you call it for all these days. You got to pay at least a year ahead with a deposit of at least hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
You say, this really expensive hotel, we're going to take it all. No private, no people except Bilderberg and our staff. They've got to make those arrangements so far in advance, so they're not able to react quickly to, I'm mad at this country, so we're going to take our big money bags to another place.
Yeah.
It's just logistically impossible.
Okay. Now, one of the last questions we have for you, is there a way that you could kind of explain the reason why you were here, the Bilderbergs, for people that do not know who they are?
Well, Bilderberg is a very evil organization, about 120 people, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, heads of state from Europe, high officials from Europe, international financiers, so say Rothschilds, Rockefellers, financiers, high officials of the U.S. government, always the Secretary of Treasury, Defense, State Department, Zolik, the head of the World Bank, head of the Federal Reserve, high officials of the White House, and sometimes, although a lot of them have been scared away by their constituents, uh, members of Congress. So it's a criminal act for the Americans to participate in such a meeting.
You mean the Logan Act?
The Logan Act.
Logan Act. The apologists and rationalizers say, well, the Logan Act was 1787 or something like that. Well, if the act has not been repealed or shot down by the courts, it's still law of the land. Also, if that doesn't pacify you, the Logan Act has been revisited and enlarged and enhanced and made stricter over the years, at least twice in the 20th century.
True.
They've gone back and enlarged and stiffened the penalties and enlarged the Logan Act. So sure, it's the law of the land. And it's a criminal act for any member of Congress or official of the State Department, I mean any public official, to attend a closed meeting to plan with private citizens to make public policy. It's not against the law at all for them to do it in an open meeting. Surely a president can ask for a bunch of physicians to come in to advise him on a health care plan or whatever. It's got to be open. It cannot be a secret. That's why they did Hillary Care in the 90s. She's the first alleged lady. And Judge Lambert, the federal court judge, fined the White House $350,000 and he scathingly denounced Hillary, who was being charged by her husband, President.
Okay.
What was called Hillary Care shot down before the very issue that passed now, unfortunately. But, excuse me, we conduct these meetings behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Public? Okay. Secret? No.
So the last question I have for you, it's a personal question. Do you believe that there will be anything that we people can do about this Bilderberg group?
We're doing it. The public awareness has increased so much. They're retreated. They've had to retreat. They're depressed. In fact, some of the Bilderberg boys are saying some of our important people are not coming this year because they had too much political problems when they went home. When the public became aware, there's this member of the House of Commons in London who makes strong speeches demanding, I know that Lord Gizmo was in the Bilderberg meeting, a secret meeting behind closed doors. You ought to tell us what transpired there.
Yeah.
And Lord Gizmo never responds, but he makes an issue about it, make a heavy speech on the floor of the House of Commons.
Okay.
Yes, the public awareness is hurting them very badly. Their agenda's been set back by public outrage.
So is there anything that you
said
think...
that was the last question.
Yeah, I did, but you just has to follow up on that question. Do you think there is anything that we can do that we are not doing, or is there anything that we can do more or less to bring the awareness to all of the people that are sleeping around the world?
Just in any way you can, first let them know, as I've said so many times, I do not advocate a conspiracy theory. I recognize a conspiracy fact. And just check your Webster dictionary, it's conspiracy. Now, if you want to argue that it's a conspiracy, it's wicked, they're such good people, they take such good care of us, we should be grateful. Go ahead and make an ass of yourself. Democrats do that every day. Obama does it every day. Join the fun.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're there, and they do impact our lives.
Well, I thank you, Jim, for your
You're
time. You have a good day.
Jim, I would have like
They will be there for at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. The whole information tool will arrive.
I just want to ask one question. That would be like, do you think? I mean, like Bilderberg was like in charge or in control about like all the major things that happened like during the last decades. But like when the whole agenda seems to like coming to an end right now, do you think they are still ahead of the whole progress, so that they are still in control of everything, or do you
No,
think they are losing control at like certain angles, at certain positions?
they're losing control and they're very depressed about it.
Right. That's good to hear. That's good news.
It's